team is absolutely stacked front to back. I think, in my honest opinion, that the Brooklyn Nets on paper have the best team in the league. I just think that they just have too much firepower. It's going to be so hard for teams to keep up with them. They have all the shooting, all the scoring, guys that can play one-on-one, guys that can play on and team schemes. Like they got a little bit of everything, right? And the acquisition of Ben Simmons, I think, is a huge, huge factor. As great as James Harden is, he's kind of irrelevant on this team, right? But a guy like Ben Simmons, who can do basically everything except for shoot the ball, that's his one weakness. You have a team that his one weakness is their strengths, right? You have all these guys that do nothing but shoot, and Ben Simmons can just focus on getting rebounds, getting assists, facilitating, getting easy buckets. He's still going to score, but the big question is, is he going to shoot the three ball, right? We saw at the media day, one of the first questions asked were, how many threes do you think are going to take this season? And he says, I don't know. We'll see, kind of response. And I'm sure it's awkward. I'm sure it's uncomfortable for him. He's just such an incredible talent. He might be the best on-ball defender in the entire league with his size, his skill set. I mean, you're talking a guy that's 7 foot that can handle the ball and play point guard. He's gonna be in great positions. He's gonna be able to play the point forward position. He can play the point guard position. And the beauty is he doesn't need to score. Like where James Harden, you expect him, and even James Harden expects to get some buckets, right? He expects to go and get at least 20 a night, stuff like that. Ben Simmons could care less. Ben Simmons could have a big old goose egg in the scoring department, and it wouldn't affect the game at all. At all. Because you have Kevin Durant, you have Kyrie Irving, you have Seth Curry, Joe Harris, Patty Mills. Like the list goes on and on. TJ Warren. Like it's just the amount of shooting and scoring that this team has. The last thing you need is Ben Simmons to shoot the ball. And so we got a response from Steve Nash. Steve Nash was asked about Ben Simmons, and Steve Nash made it very simple. I don't care if Ben Simmons ever shoots the basketball as long as he's here. He never has to shoot the basketball as long as he's here, which is true. He doesn't. Like, why would you want him to take any shots when he could give the ball to Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving and let them take the shot? Like, even just from like a intelligence standpoint, even if you're just a casual fan or just somebody that doesn't even really understand basketball, if Ben Simmons has a shot, Kevin Durant has a shot, who would you rather have take the shot? Unless Ben Simmons is just completely by himself on an island, completely alone, everyone's like at the basket waiting for the shot. All right, take the shot. You're wide open. Do it. That's my only thing. But even if he didn't and he just like brought it back out and ran a play set, I wouldn't be against it. Get the ball to your shooters. Get the ball to your scorers. Ben Simmons only needs to focus on playing defense, rebounding the ball, and setting guys up, which he is incredible at. That is his strengths. Getting rebounds, playing defense, and distributing the basketball. He's still probably going to get, 10 to 15 points a game, being in the dunker spot, in the lob position, or just, getting rebounds and putbacks, or just driving to the hoop and stuff, because he's got size, he's got a skill set, stuff. He's going to give you something. But I wouldn't be shocked if there are nights regularly where he has 0 points and maybe only took like one field goal attempt the entire game. Because he doesn't need to. He literally doesn't have to shoot the ball ever. And that's why I love Steve Nash's answer. People are asking him, and, Ben Simmons is getting all these questions about shooting the basketball and stuff. And it's like, do you not see the team that he is on? That would have, if I was Ben Simmons, that would have been my answer. As soon as, the guy from the media was like, how many threes are you going to take on? I'd be like, have you not looked at the roster? 0. Did you not spend 10 seconds to look at who's on the team? Why would I shoot the basketball when I have Seth Curry, Joe Harris, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant? No, my job is to set those guys up. That would have been my response. That would have been my answer. And that was basically Steve Nash's response of Ben Simmons we don't need Ben Simmons to shoot the ball. He doesn't ever have to shoot the ball. Why would we have him shoot the ball when you have Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving? His job should be to operate on the elbow as the point forward or just operating as the point guard. And that's it. Obviously, you got an easy dunk or layup or, you could get your guy off the dribble and get to the basket. Yeah. But Ben Simmons should never have to shoot a three on this team ever, unless it's just for fun. Like you're up 20 with like 2.5 minutes left, and it's like, yeah, let it rip. Come on, Ben. Throw it up, jack it up, show us what you got. And you just kind of let him like take some shots. Like outside of that, in the scope of the game, you don't need him to shoot the three ball. You don't need him to shoot, period. Mid-range, nothing. Now, obviously, you got to make your free throws, but still, like this team has more than enough firepower. You have Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving on your team. They should be getting 99.99999999999, get the point, percent of the shots. That's who you did, because they are arguably the two best scorers in the entire league. Like two of the best shooters in the entire league. Like, why would you want anybody else taking shots other than these two, except for like a wide open Seth Curry or something like that? You get TJ Warren coming off the bench. You got another scorer. I don't see a single lineup or scenario where you have to have Ben Simmons as a scorer. None. Because even you could literally sit Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant and not play them with Ben Simmons, and Ben Simmons still wouldn't have to shoot or score the ball with Patty Mills, Seth Curry, TJ Warren. Like you don't need him to. Joe Harris, you have nothing. You could literally take Ben Simmons and spread him with 4 shooters, and there you go. Like literally, even without Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, because they have enough shooting on this roster, enough shooting on this team. They have enough scorers and just natural scorers on this team. You don't need him to do anything else but just play defense, rebound, and facilitate. That is it. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think about Ben Simmons? Did you like Steve Nash's comments of like, hey, I don't care, he never has to shoot the ball? Do you think that yeah, I agree, like he never should have to shoot the ball? Because I do. I look at this roster and I go, there should never be an opportunity unless he is just completely wide open. But if you could drive to the basket, like if you have like 10 feet of space, drive to the basket and make somebody come out and challenge you. But like, I don't think there's ever a scenario where he has to shoot the ball. Make somebody else get open. Go get Seth Curry or somebody open. Like you just have too much shooting, too much scoring on this team. This team is like perfectly built and constructed for Ben Simmons. And obviously they didn't build this team around Ben Simmons. It's just how it worked out. But Ben Simmons going to the Brooklyn Nets was the best case scenario for Ben Simmons, because it's the only team in the league where he would never have to shoot ever. Like, no, name me another team in the league where like he doesn't have to score and it would be okay if he's your third guy. There isn't. Like, you would need him to. Every team in the league would need him to score. Maybe the Warriors, because you got Seth and Clay, and he would be like a super Draymond, right? Other than that, but even Draymond scores and shoots the three and stuff like that. So you still, Ben Simmons, like the Nets, in my opinion, are the only team that like is perfectly constructed front to back for Ben Simmons, and just is perfectly constructed to highlight his positives and his flaw and mask his flaws. So I just think that this is the best case scenario for him. But he's going to shine. I really think he's going to flourish with the Brooklyn Nets, because here's the thing. In Philly, he was the second guy, right? Like Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid were a title contender every year in many people's eyes. What is Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant? Like, Ben Simmons is a perfect complement to those two, because he doesn't have to, like, Ben Simmons needed to score. They needed him to do a little bit of everything. They needed him to be able to shoot the ball. Where the Nets, they don't. The Nets could care less if he shoots the basketball. And that's huge. That is huge for just Ben Simmons, his psyche, just everything. And I really think he's going to shine with the Brooklyn Nets. And I do. I think Brooklyn, in my opinion, has the best team on paper, is, in my opinion, the best team in the league, front to back. My only concern with them is just, can they figure it out and not implode? And can Kevin Durant play more than like 30 games? And, Kyrie Irving and stuff. Like, my biggest concern isn't their skill set and stuff. My biggest concern is just, can they not implode is probably my biggest thing. But outside of that, I mean, the Brooklyn Nets are just, they're stacked. But anyway, again, however you feel about it, whatever your thoughts, opinions are, I'd love to hear down in the comment section below. Quick little shameless plug, go subscribe to my second channel, link down in the description below. As it stands, Lakers, I am a diehard Laker fan. I love talking Lakers. I could talk Lakers all day, just like I could talk about all sports all day. And I'm sure many of you watching to this point enjoy my commentary, enjoy these discussions. So go check out the Lakers channel. Even if you're not a Laker fan and you just like hearing me talk about stuff in basketball, go over there and subscribe. I'll link down in the description below. I promise you won't be disappointed. That being said, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot, lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification. Stay up to date with all things sports. Join this wonderful community and all of our discussions. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.